Hello and welcome back to another Onkruid video, another unedited Soulstone Survivors video. We're playing with the Spellblade today with this upgraded Arcane Scimitar, and we are gonna complete the 4 curses, or try to do that at least, on the second map, the Caves of Dalzong. Let's go, let's get straight into it. I'm hyped, I'm excited. This is the 3rd video I record in a row in Soulstone Survivors because I just can't get enough of playing it for now, you know. I was craving to play it all morning, craving to play it all afternoon yesterday, craving to play it for the last month, and now it's finally here, so I'm gonna sink some hours into it, that's for sure. And I think that not everybody would be able to do that. I think that for a lot of people this game would be way too repetitive to actually get into and record multiple episodes in, or even on their own time just play it. But for me, it's great, it's amazing, it's fantastic, and it is wonderful, just like life. Life is great, you know. I'm in quite a good position lately in terms of mental health. Also a bit in terms of physical health, I think. Although maybe my eating habits could be improved a little bit. I could eat maybe a little bit healthier. Not that I'm eating fries and pizza every single day and then having a fried beef jerky sandwich for breakfast. Let's go for lightning. We're going for a lightning build this time around. But, I mean, I am eating fries still at least once a week, and I'm also just the problem I have always been encountering when I want to actually eat healthy. I just keep eating way too large portions. Whatever is being served for me in front of me on my plate, I always eat way too much. When we go in a restaurant, I can't handle food waste, so if somebody else at the table doesn't finish their meal, I am just like the garbage bin for everyone around the table to dispose their leftovers into. And I stand by that because I definitely don't want to waste food, and I eat a lot. I can eat a lot. I'm also a big boy, you know, I'm a big man. But I think that it's very, very unhealthy. I don't think it, I know that it's unhealthy. I just eat way too big of I eat portions that are way too big. I want to have the death vortex also though, because I want to see it. Is it like an actual tornado? Does it have void effects that pulls people in? It definitely seems to do that, right? Beautiful. And it's a random enemy's position, but because of our rune, did we activate the rune on this character? I don't think we even activated runes, I'm sorry. Because of the rune is what I would say, it always activates on top of us, but I guess that's not going to be the case. It could be the case though, probably, presumably, if I do remember to do that on every single character. But for now there's a lot to remember, and there's a lot to take in every single run. New things are happening all the time. What were we going for again? A lightning, right? Well, we haven't taken flurry though, so I want to check that out as well. Cool. Reminds me of the upgraded knives in Vampire Survivors. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. So far, the game is as amazing. It's as amazing as I expected it to be. It's everything I wanted to be. I don't think there is a single thing that I dislike about the early access release so far. And that's great, and that's rare, because that normally when games get updates, there's normally like things in there that you dislike, or especially in old school RuneScape, for example, with the voting system, there are a lot of updates get that voted down into oblivion, so that people don't get that in the new game. But right here, right now, Fatboy Slim reference, I don't seem to mind everything at all. I want to get that Arcane Overload ability as well, because it looks like cool. Yeah, it looks very cool. Looks very impactful as well. And it's important in games like this that things feel impactful, because otherwise it really gets repetitive. And that's why I think that the game Brotato, which is a new entry into the series that has been gathering some following lately, you know, Shadow Warp. That's why the game Brotato might be a bit less of a great fit, because I feel like that is too passive and you don't feel like you have any impact, you know. You're literally just walking around. Here you still have to aim, which is already a big contributing factor to feeling like you have an impact on what's happening around you, but also the skills feel so heavy. The skills feels like they have an actual mass, an actual weight, and that is a very, very great characteristic for a game like this. When we apply daze, there's a chance to apply burn. That's great for when we pick maybe a bit more electricity abilities in the future, because that is the build that I wanted to go. But for now I still have all the time in the world to discover every single build, of course. Don't have all the time in the day anymore though. I have to head out to work in a second. I might, you know what, I might not stay at work for the entire day today. And it sounds like I'm saying this like, yeah, to play more Soulstone Survivors, but no. The reason that I'm doing that is actually way more noble and romantic. My girlfriend cooked dinner last night on her own, and it was one of the most delicious things I've ever eaten. But I want her to have some time for herself as well, because I know that she is going to fitness this dick in her mouth later today also. So I need to make sure that I can help her with the cooking. And yes, I do the cooking. Yes, I do the cleaning this time around today. Nicki Minaj, truly an inspiration. One of the greatest poets that the 21st century has ever seen. Either way, that's why I might come home from work a bit earlier. And also because the main responsible person for the team that I'm working for right now is not there today probably, or if I'm not mistaken, so there might not be enough tasks to actually keep myself busy for the entire day. And either way, I'm still only earning like 4 euros an hour, so it's not gonna make the largest difference in the world whether I work 1 hour less, for example. And all in all, I just want to maybe for the first time in forever be able to cycle home while it's still light outside. I literally can't wait for the 21st of December when these cycles are going to be turned around again. If you don't know, from the start of the winter, which is the 21st of December, up until the 21st of June, the start of the summer, the days always get longer and longer. The sunlight stays present in a longer time in the evening, and the sun comes up earlier in the morning, so it feels like we have longer days. But right now, the period we are in right now, from the 21st of June up until the 21st of December, is the opposite. It's the opposite way around. It's the other way around. And the days keep getting shorter and shorter. The sun comes up later and it goes under earlier. It goes down earlier. It doesn't go under. It's not an Australian sun. And I mean, the savings time, I don't know which savings time it is, but that we have here in Belgium right now is also not helping, of course. Because I mean, I guess it's now a bit it's light outside a bit earlier in the morning, that's for sure, and that can help a lot of people that need to go to work to get their opta chiasmaticum, their optica their chiasma opticum, something like that, which is kind of an intertwinedness of neural fibers right here behind your eyes, I think, above your thalamus. That kind of is very important in interpreting daylight and stuff like that. Their cortisol sequences in their brain, their cortisol, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm embarrassing myself. This is edited, so I have to get onto the word as quickly as possible. I need to realize what I'm talking about. Their cortisol levels cycle. Their cortisol cycle. You have a cycle in your brain and your body determined by cortisol, which is a hormone, a stress hormone. And that is very important in waking and sleeping. In the morning, it starts rising up until in the start of the afternoon, and then it starts going down a bit again. And that cortisol hormone kind of determines whether you are enthusiastic, whether you are alive, live and kicking, you know, whether you are active during the day. And that's why it diminishes in the evening so that you can go to sleep, and then in the morning it comes back up so that you can get through the day in an active manner and do all the things that you have to do at work and stuff, for example. And that of course helps if it's light early in the morning when you have to wake up and your body has to be like, all right, the day is starting, we need to get our shit together. Of course that helps, but in the evening it just sucks so bad that it's dark so sudden and so early, because going home in the darkness feels like, oh shit, my day is over completely, you know, while in reality you still have a couple of hours of free time left all the time, or almost all the time, unless if you're one of those person that's working 4 jobs to support their 3 sons named Jeffrey, because they all need food, of course, after a hard day of working at the carrot farm. If you get that reference, that's a reference to like one of my Lord of the Rings, A Battle for Middle-earth videos from probably 3 years ago. I give you 25 respect points. A steep amount, but that's for the true OGs. But yeah, I think that just, what was I talking about? Coming home late from work in the darkness sucks for me. You still have hours left, but when it's all that dark outside already, that's what I was talking about, it feels like the day is just over. And it feels like you went to work when it's dark and you came back from work when it's dark. So it feels like you are just waiting away all the light hours in the day. And that's why probably in the future, when I am working as an actual independent worker right there in the center, I might move some of my consultations to the outside, you know, maybe go on a walk with one of my clients and try to talk to them at that point in time, so that we can both have some movement in there, which is very important. spirituo sano in corpore sano, something like that. A healthy mind and a healthy body. And of course, bodily health or physical health and mental health are intertwined in an important interaction that determines almost everything surrounding us. And that way I could use the daylight that I have even while I'm still working and already get a nice walk in there. If the client, of course, is up for that, and if it's not too personal of a subject, because I mean, you don't want to walk around the street, I think, talking about that cream that you need for that warts on your penis. Not that anybody here has that. No, no one has that. I don't have that at all. Don't ask my girlfriend about it. Give some extra friction though. Oh, and maybe some extra lubrication material when they pop. Oh, ugh. I'm sorry for putting that mental image inside your head, but this is the Onkruid channel, you know. You need to be prepared for the things you can be prepared for. Every single video is an unexpected party into the sick mind, the sick and twisted mind that resides inside the top of my noggin, in the top of my noggin right here. I hope nobody in my professional work context ever finds out about these videos, but no, they can. This is me. This is me as an actual person. I like humor like that, and this YouTube channel is my passion project. It's my hobby. If they don't agree with what I say or what I do, that's too bad for them. In my actual work environment, I am always the most professional person out there, of course. I know when to make a joke, when to crack a nice little joke, but when to also be extremely professional, silent, just listen or talk in a professional manner. I would never talk about genitalia warts in my work context, for example. I know where to draw the boundaries, the boundaries between work and private life. An important boundary, a boundary everybody should have. Don't take your work home towards your spouse, for example, and lament her with all the problems you encounter throughout your day. Oh, that's a whirlwind. You don't want to stay in that. We need to dash out of that a little bit. Try to separate those things from each other. I think it will be a very wise decision for your mental health. And here we go. Alfred, the fallen king, has fallen yet again. 10 minutes, just not sub 10, but we did complete all the curses on the second map as well. Presumably it's not going to be an unlock, but maybe an unlock of a new skill because we completed a run with the spell plate in under 12 minutes? No, nothing at all. It's an achievement we probably unlocked already, right? Where can I see it? Spellblade, Elementalist. No, I guess not. Unlocks the spellblade for purchase. No, we're getting sidetracked. It doesn't matter. Interesting. Reach prestige level 10 with the Arcane Weaver. But don't I have all these upgraded weapons already? Huh. There's not even another recipe, right? Or is there? Things to worry about in the future. Thanks a lot for watching this third or fourth, maybe fourth episode already in Soulstone Survivors. We're on our way to 100. Bye bye. See you in the next one.